Hey everyone, Dan at Ochiko Bushcraft. Well, I'm out here on day 2 of my bug out, and I still have plenty of water back at camp and in that big green water jug that I've been showing you guys. But I wanted to show you how I was going to replace my drinking water out here. I'd mentioned that once the water in that jug is gone, I'm going to refill that jug and use the water in it for hand washing, maybe doing a quick wash off, fill in my shower bag and hanging it from a tree, or I'll just fill the shower bag right out of the creek, or wash in the creek. I might do that. There's some cool spots in the creek, plenty big enough to bathe in. Just cold right now, and at least in my shower bag I could hang it in the sun and have a warmer shower. So that will become, bathing water, dishwashing water, things like that. If you've watched my videos, you know I'm a big fan of the HydroBlu water filters. I have one in all of my kits. And like so, the VersaFlow from HydroBlu. Basically, it's a lot like the Sawyer. It'll do up to like 90 or 100,000 gallons of water if you keep back flushing it and keep it clean. I like it better than the Sawyer because the flow is a little bit faster, and the quick identification, clean side, dirty side. And you can see right through here on the side, if your fibers and stuff start to get dirty and it needs to be backwashed, there's actually a place to see. So anyway, I've been using these for years out here. I've been using their products for years. Never a problem, never a complaint. My water is always clean, drinkable. So what I carry is actually in my truck at all times. It's part of my truck kit. So if I just decide I want to stay out here or camp, or again, this is part of my bug out gear now. This is the HydroBlu GoFlow 10 liters. And this little clip hangs right off the back of my seat. I have a seat cover with MOLLE webbing on the back. I clip this on my seat. It's always hanging there. So all I have to do is unclip it, walk to any creek, any stream, which the Ochiko Mountains are filled with, and I have 10 liters of drinking water. I'll show you how this guy works. So there's a creek below my camp, and it's got some holes in it big enough to swim in. But there's also, even closer to my camp, a little tiny mountain stream coming right out of the mountain, fresh spring water. And I actually have drank out of springs coming out of the ground like this within, like 100 yards of the source this time of year many times, and never gotten sick. Later in the summer when the cattle are turned loose, that's a different story. But I'm going to show you guys how I would get drinking water and how I would set this up. So HydroBlu GoFlow water gravity bag, 10 liters. I'll put the info in the description. You can get it directly from them, and I think Amazon also has it. I got this one direct from them. Get all the parts out here. So in your little carry bag, which clips right onto your pack, your belt, your seat, I clipped it on the side of my shoulder bag to walk over here to get water, which was cool. It's just hanging on. So inside of that carry bag, I have a 10-liter bag. Make sure you guys can see that. This is a 10-liter bag on a shoulder strap. So once this is filled with water, and I'll demonstrate, I'll hang it over my shoulder, and I will carry my 10 liters back to camp. And then I can hang this from a rope. I can hang this from a tree branch. I can hang this from the mirror on my pickup truck, which is parked right next to my tent, and have 10 liters of drinking water. So how it works, and then we're going to go down here to this little stream. I've got a cool place to fill it. This piece just plugs in here, and it snaps in. There was an audible snap there, so it's in secure. And then this is my drinking straw, and if you see that, I clip that down. That pinches off my water flow so that no water can come out, or I release it and water will come through. And then I simply connect this to the gray side of my water filter. And if you've seen in my videos, I didn't bring it down here with me, it's back at camp, but I have surgical tubing that I use to put on here to give me hose, more hose. But just like so, I have 10 liters of water hanging on a tree, ready to go through a filter and into my water bottles or whatever I have with me. So I'm going to pause you guys, and we're going to go down to the stream and fill this. Let me take my hose off, leave my hose up here. And we're ready. Let me go set the camera up down by this little, like I said, this is running right out of the hill. A little mountain springs coming right out of the hill above me, or right out of the side of the mountain above me. And it's from the snow that has soaked down in the ground, so where it's coming up is just pure, clean drinking water. Nice and cold, refreshing. I'm gonna get a drink as soon as I get some water in here. Okay guys, that's a nice little place to put some water in here. And just like that, got me a nice bag of water. I'm gonna roll this top down a little bit and fasten this. And just like that, this is now strung over my shoulder and ready to be hung back at camp. All right, so nice and easy, shoulder strap, carry my 10 liters of water up the hill, and I got some rope hanging from a tree here. And just like that, I got 10 liters of water hanging in a tree. So I'll move you guys up closer, hook the hose up, and take a drink of this nice cold mountain water. Okay guys, again, got the water bag hanging from a piece of rope. I could have hung it right over the tree branch and it actually would have been at the perfect height. It's probably a little low, but it's just fine. 10 liters of drinking water in my camp. So it'll be, if I use this just for drinking, filling my water bottles, it's gonna be 2 days before I'd have to come back over here and get some more. So I got my little connecting hose, and I'm gonna push this in right here till it clicks. Okay. And then I've got this little pinch valve right here closed. So I'm going to open that up. And here in just a minute, that's going to begin to gravity flow down through here, and I'll be able to fill all of my bottles as needed, keep my bottles at camp full. So I'm going to let that hang here for a minute and let the water start gravity flowing down through the tube. So just to show you guys, That's just gravity flow that's just now starting to come through. And I'm hanging this above, but if I hang this down here, I get a really good, nice flow. So you guys can see that. And I'm going to take a drink just right through the filter. Wow, that's delicious mountain water, delicious. And again, you got this little clicker right here. So see that? It just stopped cold. I just pushed that down and I have no more water coming out at all. Open this up and my water starts gravity flowing again. Set my water bottles down here. So I have 2 of the 38-ounce stainless steel water bottles with me, the Nalgene, and I got a 64-ounce, half-gallon clean canteen. So that gives me over a gallon of water in bottles to keep around camp. Nice. That's delicious. And I'll just cap this off and hang it up above, and it's good. So I fill up my bottles. That gives me over a gallon of drinking water for the day. I've got my big jug, which I'll fill over at the creek. The creek's, I can just dip it down into the creek. I wanted this cold mountain water. I knew how cold this would be, so that's great. And like I said, I wouldn't be afraid to drink out of this right now, no problem, because it's coming right out of the ground. And this time of year, I've never had an issue. But so I fill up all my containers. I now have a gallon of drinking water around camp, just a few yards away to this little stream to refill. But I've got another gallon and a half roughly in the bag after I fill all those hanging from the tree. So I fill up all my bottles this morning, and for example, and then tomorrow morning I'd come back, fill all my bottles again. If I drink all my water, then my water would be down to here. You know, make up some morning breakfast and whatnot, and come down and fill it up again and have another couple days worth of water hanging in camp. And now when I bought this system, by the way, HydroBlu water gravity bag, 10 liter, it was, I want to say around 40, 49 bucks, probably 49. It might have gone down, it might have gone up, but to me it's well worth it. This thing is a nice heavy duty bag. I've never had any problem with it. I've carried it through the brush and had it going against limbs and different things. I've set it right down in the creek. I even accidentally dropped it one time hard against, you know, stick and pine needle covered ground, and it never got a hole in it, never got a puncture. Again, I love the HydroBlu water filter system. I carry one of these along with the little Canuck bags in every single pack that I have, as well as in my vehicle, so that anytime I'm out hiking, I can just fill the little Canuck bag and either hang it up or roll it down and fill my water bottles with that. I've got numerous videos. In fact, if you go back and look at my Scout survival kit water, I demoed the whole system for you guys. That's a fairly recent video, should be easy to find. My Scout bag water, I think it was like part 4, part 5. I demoed this whole system as I use it in a pack or a shoulder bag or whatever. But like I said, I showed you this little tiny itty bitty pouch that all this fits in that weighs absolutely nothing. Clip it onto your pack or your belt, walk down to your stream, get your 10 liters of water, throw it over your shoulder, haul it back to camp, and you are good. So I would recommend this for camping. I'd recommend this for bushcraft and survival if you're going to be staying out for a night or two doing your you know, training, bushcrafting, whatever. And I would highly recommend this for a bug out bag. And again, just uncap it. And that is absolutely delicious mountain fresh water. Wow, I can't tell you guys how good the water is up here in the Ochocos. Dan at Ochoco Bushcraft, thanks for watching, guys. And again, this system from HydroBlu. I give it not only 2 thumbs up, but because I've been using this for a couple of years now, and the way it has perfectly held up, the highest Ochko bushcraft recommendation I can give it for your gear. Take care, everyone.